Hey there, this is Vicky DeFrancesco Soto, otherwise known as Dr. D, and I hope you consider taking my course, Pathways to Recovery Opioid Addiction Among the Homeless Population. So, anybody that keeps up with the news knows that the opioid addiction is one of the highest priorities for us as a nation in terms of a healthcare epidemic emergency across the board. And we're seeing over 70,000 Americans a year died from opioid related overdose. The fact is that our life expectancy in the US has gone down as a result of the opioid epidemic. So I'm going to stop throwing statistics at you because I could just keep going on and on about the severity of this. So for us as LBJ students, as LBJ faculty, the question is, what do we do about it? How do we find a pathway to not just recover from this addiction, but to a transformation to a sustainable lifestyle? So this is the issue that we're grappling with, and even more particularly that of homeless populations, those that are the most vulnerable among us. And to do this, we are partnering with a safe haven. So I encourage you to Google a safe haven. They've got fantastic resources on the internet. They are an organization based out of Chicago that's been around for close to 30 years. They are an integral wraparound services organization that provides housing for the homeless, GED, job training, counseling, therapy for folks at different phases of their homelessness, and in particular with folks who are struggling with opioid addiction. So you may say, but Chicago, I don't really hear about Chicago in the news, at least not when it comes to opioid addiction. But let me give you a statistic. In Chicago, you have more opioid-related deaths than you do gun-related violence and car crashes combined. So while we may not hear so much about the urban opioid epidemic, it is really one of the biggest problems for our cities in the United States, and in particular Chicago. So you know the issue is important. We have a great client that has access to thousands of folks who are transitioning to self-sufficiency, so we're going to be able to work with them. And also in terms of learning a little bit about P3s, about public-private partnerships. I think this is really where we're going with our public policy solutions, and this is going to give us the front lines of getting into that. You are going to be doing primary and secondary research. We're going to be learning a lot about homeless populations, opioid addictions, the intersection thereof, and then you're going to be able to develop your own survey instruments, develop your own focus group survey instruments as well, get that into the hands of folks who are going through these life episodes, getting the data back, and figuring out how we can best help them in delivering this back to a safe haven to do what we came to do here at the LBJ School, make a difference.